What about the families? It's 25 years on. How have some of them fared? And the compensation that they got.
You see, those people who have lost the earning members in the family, they are in very bad shape. They are in. Only the ladies were left in the house, and mostly you see in our society, the ladies are not educated. If the husband is earning well, he is employed well, or he has his own business, the most of the time the ladies are uneducated. The houses were completely burnt. Nothing was left.
What was the compensation announced? Because
yes,
after the
that is what
compensation was announced
now,
by Rajiv Gandhi, and
that's what yes. The houses are completely burned. Total jewelry is lost. Total money is lost. Businesses are ruined. Everything, and the earning member of the family is killed. And the compensation what is being given, 10,000 rupees for
10,000
rupees for the person killed.
For the person killed, 10,000 rupees.
10,000 rupees. And then if your house is totally destroyed, nothing remains in the house, 10,000 rupees for that. If it is partially destroyed, mean it's damaged, severely damaged, then 5,000 rupees. If it is not substantially damaged, then 2,000 rupees. This is the compensation of what do you expect those poor ladies to do. Then they say, okay, we will give them employment. So I know of the families where the husband who was killed was well off, was doing good job, or was doing good business. Now the wife has to do, the widow has to do the job for the purpose of bringing up her children, and that poor lady is uneducated. So what job is given to her? A peon, a mully, sometimes like for a sweeper, because they were uneducated.
What do you think was the role of Rajiv Gandhi? Of course, a very famous statement has been ascribed to him that when a tree falls, the earth shakes a little bit. He had lost his mother. She had been killed. What do you think his role was in this entire? Because clearly, it is a state-sponsored or a state. The state looked the other way and even helped the rioters and the mobsters kill people. In this genocide. What do you think his role was?
You see, first of all, when some relation of somebody is killed, from a normal person also, it is not expected that if one person has killed your loved ones, you go and kill the others. It is not expected even from a normal person. And here it was.
And he was sworn in as Prime Minister.
Here it was the Prime Minister of the country, whose duty is to protect the people, protect his own citizens. What is the fault of those people in Tarokpuri, Kalyanpuri, Sultanpuri? And if you go to those houses, they had the photograph of Indira Gandhi hanged, and they used to treat Indira Gandhi as their mother and worship her. And what is the idea of going and killing those people? Is it expected from the ruler of the country? If a person who can become so sentimental that his mother has been killed, so you go and kill everybody, all the Sikhs, that person does not deserve to become a leader, much less the Prime Minister of a country.
Now let's look at the role of the politicians. As you said, Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister. He was responsible at that. No matter how difficult the situation for him, it was his responsibility to make sure that there was peace, there was calm, and no one was killed in the city.
Yes.
What was the role of the other politicians? And if you look at the last 25 years, why do you think the Congress has consistently protected its leaders? After all, it claims to be a secular party. Sajjan Kumar, H.K.L. Bhagat, Jagdish Tytler, the most recent case. Why have they been protected?
I don't think that there can be any other reason. The only inference one can directly draw from this, that this violence these people did on the orders and at the instructions of the Rajiv Gandhi himself. Otherwise, why should they protect? Why should they go all out and protect
and
these
repeatedly
people?
give them tickets?
Repeatedly give them tickets, give them rewards. When you see, they were given the rewards. Bhagat was for the first time made the cabinet minister. Earlier he was the state minister. Titler was for the first time brought into the cabinet. I mean, why would they give them the rewards to those people who have killed the innocents? That obviously that goes to explain that this was done either at the orders of the highest person or with the support of from the highest quarters.
Now, officially 2,733 people were killed in those 3 days, but of course, we are told the figure was closer to 3,500. How many people have been convicted? Has anybody been hanged in the last 25 years?
No, no one has been hanged. And as far as the conviction is concerned, for the murder, 8 cases have ended up in conviction, which have been upheld by the highest courts also, and only 17 persons have been given life imprisonment.
So, more than 3,000 people get killed
Yes.
in the capital of India.
Capital of India.
The largest massacre after 1947 partition.
That's right.
And only 17 people have been given life imprisonment.
Given life imprisonment. Only 17 have been convicted till today. That is the state of the affairs, which is just negligible. It's like none.
I mean, does that in some ways depress you? I mean, you are from the legal fraternity. Does that somehow make you despondent?
It is of course depressing, but but I would call it is not like frustrating to that extent that you leave the struggle. No, this is what they want. These people want it, that suppress it for some time. They will not have stamina to follow it up. They will probably forget it by the passage of time. This is what they want.
Now, 25 years have gone past. Such a large massacre took place. Over 3,000 people got killed in Delhi's capital, in India's capital. Now, evidence in cases like this, now this is what experts tell me, that evidence for cases of rioting, of killing, should be gathered within a week, 10 days, 15 days. Statements should be recorded, evidence should be collected. Nothing was done, was it?
Here, rather than doing it, this is what we are talking, this is what is supposed to do. But rather than doing this thing, what they were doing, they were sending them away. They were not even registering the FIRs. Now, like I give you an example of this Trilokpuri area, where 400 Sikhs were killed on 1st November, 2nd November and some on 3rd November. Now, can you believe it that just one FIR is registered? Only one FIR is registered for 400 murders committed on 3 days on different times by different persons at different places. Now, this is the manner in which the police intentionally spoiled the case. Now, one cannot expect in the criminal law any conviction in this kind of a spoiled cases. This is how they did it. And this is not only in the Trilokpur area, throughout Delhi, this is the manner in which this was done. Anonymous FIR, 5-6 line FIR is written. इंदिरा गांधी की मौत के बाद लोगों को गुस्सा आया, वो उन्होंने मारकूट कटाई शुरू कर दी, प्रॉपर्टी चलाना शुरू कर दिया. That's it. This is the FIR throughout Delhi. Similar FIR as if somebody has settled the words and given to them that recorded. This is what's happening. And after that, whenever somebody goes and tell them that my husband has been killed, my brother has been killed, they will not register a separate FIR, will tag it with that. So the effort from very beginning was made in a way, it's done, now you forget about it, forget it, move ahead now, and you can't even do anything, you have no say. What can you do now? That come on, we will not register the FIR, so come on, we will not arrest anybody, come on, we will not put anybody for trial, do whatever you can.
Was anybody held accountable? I mean, you had cabinet ministers, you had the home minister who was Narasimha Rao at that time, you had the LG of Delhi. Now, Delhi has a very sophisticated, process and, the layers of security. The LG is there, the commissioner of police is there, the home minister is there. I mean, Delhi doesn't lack anything. The cantonment is there. Was anybody ever held accountable?
You see, whatever little has come out in Nanavati Commission. Now, before that, earlier commissions and committees. Now, first of all, Mishra Commission was totally a farce. Mishra, a sitting judge of Supreme Court, behaved in a way as if he had been given the assignment to give clean sheet to everybody, to protect everybody. This is the manner in which he behaved.
But if you look at Justice Mishra, he was constantly rewarded by the Congress, wasn't he?
That is the reason. That is the reason that he was rewarded, because he did what exactly the Congress wanted. I mean, he scuttled the total process. Now, first of all, the Mishra's finding is that when any victim goes to the police to record an FIR, if he is naming a VIP or a police officer, the FIR is not recorded. If the FIR is recorded, then the victim was asked to remove the name. And without mentioning that name, the FIR is recorded. This is his own finding. Then what does he do after that? He says, it's only the lower level police officers who are responsible. Government is not responsible. Then what does he do? Isn't it the duty of that judge, a sitting judge of a Supreme Court, to direct immediately, register these FIRs? He says, appoint another committee.
Write to me about what you think. This is Arjun Bhagat for the Breaking Views. Goodbye.